Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, today we're driving through the Bogwalk Gorge in St Catherine, Jamaica, and this is one of the most scenic places in Jamaica. It's very beautiful. It's a pity they don't have places where people can pull off the road and just sit down and look at the river and admire the beauty of the gorge. But as you can see, on the left is the river, Rio Cobra River. On the right is the hills, and you have so many trees and foliage, and it's really beautiful. So we've been looking at some of the scenic sites in Jamaica, and this one is definitely in the top 5. The only sites I would say that are more scenic than this one is, call that place. When you're going into Ocho Rios now, you have this, oh my god, the name slipped me. But number 2 is Holland Bamboo in St. Elizabeth. Fern Gully. No, that is definitely a beautiful site. Fern Gully would have to be number 1, Holland Bamboo number 2, and the Bogwalk Gorge number 3. As you know, Jamaica is a very beautiful country. And those are just some of the most scenic sites, so you can check out the videos for the other 2. Now this area of the gorge is you have a few homes, but when we get back to the part where you can see the river and the trees, really very nice. So now this community here is literally built in the middle of the gorge. So when this gorge is flooded or it's closed, these people are literally stranded. However, the good thing is the gorge won't be closed for long. If there's heavy rains and the water in the river rises, it recedes or goes back down in a few hours, maybe a day, to the point where the road would be covered. So even if they get stranded, they won't be stranded for long, probably just a few hours. Now this part of the gorge is much higher, so they don't really have to worry about the water rising to this point to cover their homes. But it's just both entrances and other points, especially where flat bridges, can easily get covered when it rains heavily. Okay, if you notice, we're going downhill now, so the gorge, we're going lower or closer to the river. Okay, now look straight across. That's the hill with the trees growing out of it. Very nice. That's literally a rock. You slow down, you can see it's a rock. Now this gorge is so historic. It's such a scenic view. You would think maybe, not sure why, but you could set up like something where people can come and eat and admire the view. If it's a space, I don't know exactly where you'd build it, but that would be really nice. Okay, straight ahead now is the railway lines. On the left, where you see that concrete like retaining wall, on top of that wall is railway lines, and the official rail service for passengers stopped. Okay, but look at the river. Look at how beautiful this scenery is. Very nice. Okay, now the rail service in Jamaica doesn't operate anymore for passenger travel. I think like the Bauxite companies use it. However, the government is trying to get this rail service up and running again. Now there's a pilot program that's on the way now that would connect some places on this rail line to Spanish Town. I think Linstead is one, where students can go from Linstead to Spanish Town. I'm not sure if it runs all the way to Kingston, but okay, we're driving out of the gorge now, and on the right is where you would go to access the Sligoville route. Okay, so they're trying to get the rail service up and running again, and for both, right now it's running for students to use the train to get to, I think it's from Linstead to Spanish Town, and I'm not sure if it goes all the way to Kingston. But it's a pilot program to see how it would work, and I guess to see if people would use it, but it's up and running. Now the government recently mentioned that they want to try to get the rail service up and running again, right through Jamaica. Which I think is an excellent idea because the tracks are there already. Nobody really interfered with the tracks. You might have some damage. Okay, if you turn left here, you go into the actual town of Bogwalk. And Bogwalk would be a stop on the rails track. On the rail, if you were using the rail service, you would have said you would have a station basically for Bogwalk. And I think our train service is essential to our country because if you want to move, let's say there are a lot of factories here in Bogwalk, and you want to move those goods from Bogwalk to the port in Kingston, you should have a rail service, and the train can move them far easier, far cheaper, and much quicker for a lot of cargo than if you were to put it on a trailer and transport it on the road to the port. So I think it's very good that they're trying to get it up and running. But what I would like to see is don't restore a 1900 rail service. Build a modern rail service with modern trains. I mean the luxury cars, the speed trains that can take you, say, from Kingston to Negril in half an hour. I mean, these trains exist. Yes, they're expensive, but I would like to see them set up a modern train service. Don't bother with these old trains from the 1900s that break down every minute. So it's probably going to need some investment, but I think it's something that would work, and people would definitely embrace it. If you can get from Kingston to Negril, or even Kingston to Ocherous in, say, 20 minutes on the train, or even half an hour, it would definitely make a difference. I mean, even if you have to lay new tracks, though the land is there, because I don't think anybody interfered with the existing railway line. Even if, let's say, I think I heard once people were stealing the metal for the scrap metal industry. So even if a part of the line is damaged, you don't have to go and buy land. You don't have to go to court to get people's land because you need to build a railway through it. That part is done already. So the route the track would take basically is there because the rail service existed in Jamaica, and so it would be much easier to just lay a new track. So what you guys think of this railway service being restored? Leave a comment in the section below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.